Can I learn MMA by watching YouTube videos online? Could I learn how to fight by watching professional fights? I don't have a gym near me. Would I be able to train at home? These are all questions that people have asked me and questions that I've actually had myself before I started training in martial arts. And I'm going to answer these questions for you right now. What is going on, guys? My name is Mark from Superhuman Fitness. And if you guys are new to this channel, my channel goal is to help you guys, any beginners, learn MMA, boxing, and learn self-defense in general, and get you guys in the best shape possible, get you nice and shredded. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe. Now, first things first, obviously, if you can get to a gym, that is by far, and I mean by far, the best thing you can do if you actually want to learn MMA seriously, right? But that being said, if something happens, right, and there's just no way you can get to a gym, no way you could train with other people who are training the same art that you want to get better at, and you want to do this all from your home, you can get better. But what I want to say is, say you do no training whatsoever, right, and you're taking two guys that are similar, okay? One guy has never trained martial arts in his life and doesn't know anything about martial arts, right? And you take another guy. This guy doesn't, same thing. He's never trained or anything, but he's watched a couple videos, right? So he's seen how to punch somebody. I'm saying like no experience whatsoever, right? To the point these guys don't even know to keep their hands up, right? But one guy has watched a fight, so he knows there's something that you do with your hands. You put your hands up for some reason. He doesn't know what, but he's going to do it, right? So this guy has slightly better advantage than the guy who has absolutely no idea what in the world he's doing, right? So that being said, watching videos obviously will help, but to an extent, right? Most people aren't that guy. Most people have seen fights. Most people have taken some sort of martial arts class, maybe Taekwondo or something. You know, everybody has done Taekwondo these days. Most people have some sort of idea of how to fight and defend themselves, but some people are obviously way better than the other, right? And the people that train constantly are going to be absolutely destroying the people who have no idea how to defend themselves, people that don't train in general, right? Like Mike Tyson said, everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. But some people don't even have a plan, you know what I'm saying? That being said, you can learn to an extent by watching videos at home. Now, I'm going to tell you guys the best way to learn online without going to the gym. But like I said, if you can go to the gym, please go to the gym. Use this as a supplement to going to the gym, for example, right? First things first, you could use these videos to actually learn from other people, learn what they're doing, and then you can use it in your training, right? So for example, you could take like some of these MMA fights or anything, like my videos, for example, or just professional fights, right? And you could be like, okay, so this is a cool concept. Like, for example, this guy does his leg kicks, and the leg kicks look like they're really effective. So let me try this and train it on the heavy bag, for example. Or let me try this in sparring. And you try it out. You see what works for you, what doesn't work, and then you kind of like morph your own style of martial art from that, right? So that's one way to do it, right? You're taking all these videos and you're using it to learn. Instead of just watching it to watch it, you're learning what you can from these videos. You're taking little nuggets of knowledge out of each of these fights or out of each of these videos that are teaching you something, and you see what works for you and what doesn't, right? That's one way to do it. Another thing, right? You could train at home. So for example, say you don't have a place to hang your heavy bag, there's a lot of other things you could do, right? When I was actually a kid, I used to take a pillow, right? And I would take this pillow and I would find a way to attach it to the wall, and I would literally use that as a heavy bag, right? Obviously it does not work as good, and you need a lot of pillows if you don't want to punch a hole through your wall, right? But another thing you could do that I didn't think of at the time, but you could take a Muay Thai pad, for example, right? Like one of those kicking pads, and you could just attach that to your wall, right? And that would be your heavy bag if you don't have a spot to actually hang it. Or something else you could do is you could use a Wavemaster. This is probably one of the best options because it doesn't hang, but it's literally a heavy bag that doesn't hang, right? I'll put one of those in the description box below, but basically what it is you're taking it's like a heavy bag with a base, right? And this base, you could fill it with either sand or water. So you set it up, and it obviously, like I said a million times, it doesn't have to hang, right? So it's literally just there on the ground. You could hit it and it doesn't fall. So it's literally a heavy bag that doesn't fall, which is amazing. It's really good to practice at home. So you get one of those, and then you do whatever. Say you're watching a video, for example, like some guy is, for example, one of my videos, right? You're like, okay, so he's doing leg kicks, or like the Bruce Lee video where he went for he goes for a snap jab, basically, right, where he goes out and then he snaps instead of going for a straight jab, right? You're like, okay, so let me try that, and you grab that bag and you practice on there. You go for your leg kicks, you go for your teeps, you practice at home. So when you go to your class, which hopefully you're going to a martial arts class, you have that extra training that the people there didn't get, right? You train at home. Not everybody trains at home. which is amazing for you. Now you're learning from these videos and you're training at home, right? Another way to train at home, say you cannot get a heavy bag, say you can't do any of that, right? Something that's amazing and not a lot of people do is just shadow boxing, right? And it's good for so many reasons, right? But we're not going to get into all of that today. But I'm just going to say, shadow boxing is one of the best ways to train at home, right? Not even at home, just in general, even in the gym, most of the time you'll do shadow boxing, right? And that's for a very good reason. So shadow boxing, if you don't already know, you're just standing there, you're imagining, this is why people don't do it, by the way. Not a lot of people do it because it's hard for them to imagine somebody in front of them. They think they're just punching air, right? No, you're supposed to imagine an opponent right in front of you, right? So you're here, you're going for the jab to the head, he covers the head, you go to the body, right? You're imagining somebody, you're going body, head. You're imagining an opponent right in front of you. You're moving around, you're adjusting to your opponent, and there's somebody right in front of you, but they're not actually there, which is why it's amazing. It's like a real fight almost. And if you're new to shadow boxing, I actually have a bunch of videos. Actually, I have either 3 or 4 videos of virtual sparring. And virtual sparring is like shadow boxing, except instead of imagining an opponent, there's an opponent right there, which is me, right? You'll put it up on your computer or your TV, for example, and I'm just there throwing punches at you. You're slipping those punches and you're countering, right? So that's going to be linked right there as a card or in the description as well. These are some awesome ways to learn at home, right? Like I said, this channel is to help beginners, so if you're a beginner, I'm here to help you. If you want something bad enough, you will be able to get it. Just stay determined and just keep practicing. The thing with martial arts, or really anything in general, is just consistency is key. So if you do something, you're consistent at it, you're just gonna pass everybody. Not everybody knows about this, right? People know about it, but they're lazy. Not everybody is consistent with something they want to do. So say you meet a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guy, right? And this Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guy is a white belt, and he's even a blue belt. Say he's a blue belt, right? But he stopped going. He doesn't go as often. And you're a white belt. You just came in, right? You go every single day, right? Suddenly, you're going to be the guy that's better than him. And he's a blue belt, right? He just doesn't train as much. You know how to tap him out. Over time, you will get so much better. So you might not be as good as you want to be right now, but just practice. And at some point, you'll be phenomenal. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys drop a like. Subscribe if you want more videos to teach you guys how to learn martial arts and get you guys in the best shape possible. Love you guys. Peace out.